He was $8,000. The cheapest part is buying the bus. The most expensive part is shipping, $18,000 extra to import him.
Today is Louis and Ayo, and they living 1 year in the self-converted school bus.
Yeah, a whole year. So here he is.
How long is it?
Well, 39 feet,
Okay.
11 feet high, and I think 8 feet wide.
Yeah.
So he's very big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room in there. Welcome inside, everyone. This is Adam, our school bus. A year living in him now, and he's our full-time home in the UK. So this is our living room. Obviously we've got our television, we've got our pull-out bed. This pulls out into like a queen-size bed. It's huge. Guests can stay. We've got lots of storage underneath. We've got some heating. Up here is our max fan area. This allows to draw all the heat out, all of the condensation, but also you can use it as a fan and it will bring air into the bus.
Yeah. But usually it's opposite.
Usually it's out. It's perfect. The minute you turn it on, if you're cooking in the back, it brings it all up and out. So yeah, we kept it quite sort of basic in the front here. We didn't mess about too much. One thing we would be looking at maybe in the future is boarding in some of the windows, putting the television on the wall, things like that. But we love the 360 panoramic windows. It lets so much light in, it makes the space feel bigger. So I'm reluctant to, budge on that.
This bed kind of you can buy.
This is nothing special. This is a day bed from IKEA.
Okay, yeah.
And we got it second hand. One of our friends had it in their school bus, and we were like, okay, let's just start with that and then see how it works. And for the price we paid, I think we got it second hand. It was £120. All of the mattresses were included, brand new, never used, perfect. So yeah, everything, like our units are all second hand or like from outlet stores that couldn't sell them. We tried to keep the budget down, but also trying to not buy new everything. You just got to think carefully, plan it. We've got a spreadsheet we were just going through, but there were things we wouldn't compromise on that were costly, and that's okay. This is our little bus. It has a little disco inside it. I don't know, sometimes he plays, sometimes he doesn't.
The bus is going inside. Please take a seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, it's opening.
When we were deciding on the kitchen, I wanted an L-shaped kitchen so that I could prepare food and talk to people and be social. So fitting that in was a bit of a juggle. We had to kind of think a bit strategically about that. But it's brilliant. It gives us massive room here. We're not having two running units down each side. We've got a big space here. We don't feel like we are any worse off for storage. There's loads of storage. It goes all the way back. Same with all of these.
Is it as well recycled something?
No, so this is actually a new.
Okay.
The issue was we were filming for a programme, and they gave us 6 months to finish the bus.
So you were on the show, and they were filming how you do it?
Yeah, we were on a big show here in the UK, and they were filming us, and they gave us a 6-month time frame to strip him, convert him, finish him. So there are some things that we kind of we didn't have the time to source. So we did have to compromise. Like I would have loved, recycled woods, things like that, but we couldn't achieve it in the time frame. So these are new, that's new, but these are all part of the countertops were all one piece, but Louis cut them all up and sort of fitted them around.
Okay, so it was one long?
One massive bit,
These were 3 meters long.
Yeah.
And these were odd cut windows are. Another odd cut in the bathroom. That's it.
Yeah, it's just one big bit of wood. And we made sort of do with it. I'd like some live wood in the future, but look, we have to start somewhere. And we're really happy with this. It works well. It's giving us lots of counter space. We can prepare here, here, here. There's space. Yeah. Washing machine is a lifesaver. If you're living in your bus full time, I'd recommend this 100%. It saves you going to the laundrette. It saves all of that business. It's a top loader. The counter lifts up. It allows me to put all my washing in. You can fit.
Yeah. No, it's like proper washing machine.
Oh yeah, you can fit we can do a whole.
Because in our tiny house we have 3.5 kilos. That's tiny.
Oh, but so 7 kilo is big then in comparison. We have a dryer, but it's in another building. Otherwise, we have to rely on the good old sun. Yeah, fairly. So basically, we dry our clothes in the summer. But we can do a week's worth of shopping in one of washing in one load, and it's done. And like I said, if you want to save on your trips to the laundrette or anything like that, which can be expensive and timely, get a washer. So this is it's actually smaller than a full-size one. This is 50 centimetres wide, usually they're 60. Yeah. But for 2 people, we can cook our roasts on it. We cook for people, parties. It's perfect, it's gas. We've got gas under the bus. And yeah, it's spot on, does the job. Yeah. And then our fridge freezer, that's second hand. We got that from Facebook Marketplace, quite a popular thing. But it was 24 volt. So we took it to a company and they converted it to 12 volt. We bought Adam, the bus is his name. We bought him from Alabama in the States, had him shipped over to the UK.
Okay, in auction?
No, I got hold of a dealer through part of the UK Skoolie community, made some connections. They gave me a dealer's number. I called them and we started looking through that route. He was still probably more expensive than some people in the US would pay, but we were quite happy with the price of him. Yeah. He was $8,000.
And then plus 8,000 probably extra for everything else? Shipping?
8,000 extra? No, about 18,000 extra to import him. Yeah.
So much.
Was it about 18,000 to import to the UK? Yeah. Expensive. So the cheapest part is buying the bus. The most expensive part is shipping.
It's like 5K shipping plus money. And then the papers. And
then you've got all your import taxes, your duties, everything like that. I'd say it was about 12,000 and then all the additionals on top of that. So yeah, that was the biggest blow to the overall budget. It's the shipping costs and it's the size of him. You want to ship a 39-foot bus halfway, from the US to UK. When he came here, I had to do his registration in the UK. We had to MOT him, tax him, all of that when he got here.
So that comes on top?
That's even more on top, yeah. So the price you can see, stacks and stacks and stacks. But the overall end budget was £40,000 and we've done him all in £40,000.
With built in?
Yes. So it levels out. Yeah. If you're going to build him yourself, rather than pay another company, obviously it's far cheaper and you build within your budget. So yeah, we cut the costs on that part. The 2012, he's definitely one of the younger ones in the UK. Yeah, very low mileage. He's got 73,000 miles on his clock. And these buses can run for 500,000 if you look after them. This is our sort of motherboard. It's called a Savvy Van. And on this, we can power all our lights. We can check our battery. We can check our water levels, do our heating, water pump, everything. It's all completely active.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's very good. It just means that there's one central place. And then up here is obviously our Truma heater and our boiler. This does our heating, hot water. Again, you can access this on your phone if you want to.
Okay. Cool.
Set timers.
Even heater.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when you want to get up in the morning and it's freezing, you can set a timer the night before. Heating comes on at 6 in the morning and the bus is warming before you get up.
Because usually that's what you want. At 5 a.m. is the coldest and you want to...
He suffers terribly. God, I've never seen anything like it. Whereas I'm fine, I've got thicker skin, but we do pop it on, for a bit before we get up.
And you did all research by yourself to find what's best to buy?
So we collaborated, luckily, with a couple of companies.
Okay.
And they sort of gave us advice. We gave them the spec of the bus, the space we had to fill for the heat. And then we again discussed with other Skoolie owners, and these were the best options. Our wardrobe is in here. This fits a ton of stuff.
Seems like.
Yeah, wardrobe light. And it's got storage underneath as well that goes all the way down. It's big, but that's if you're living full time, you need a lot of clothes. And we both work, so our work stuff's in there, things like that. But yeah, so he built the shelves, Louis built all this out. That's our little dog house because we have 2 dogs.
I have 2.
Yeah, you'll see them later. We have 2 dogs. They sometimes go in there, but not a lot. They go in there to hide from us, I think, generally. So they sometimes go in there. And then our bathroom. It's very simple. We've got a large shower.
Yeah, it's very spacious for a bus.
I don't know why Louis wanted a shower that big. It is quite excessive. It is it's quite big. And then around the corner we have our composting toilet, which is come in handy. And then obviously we've got a curtain that closes. We were going to get a door, but it's at an angle and we're working on it. So for now, if you need privacy, you can use the curtain. But when you live with your partner, you don't need privacy. You can just shower wherever you want. And then it goes through into our big bedroom, which has got a king-size bed. We've got a projector screen set up for movie nights. There's lots of electrical ports at the back there and a shelf for your drinks. Another little unit for sort of your bits and pieces, your products, whatever you need. And yeah.
It's very spacious.
It is big. For 2 people, we don't ever feel like we're on top of each other. We feel quite happy that there's enough room and we're not, So if one evening he's doing some admin work on his computer, he'll pitch up in the back, pop the projector on. I might be in the front making some food, It's very relaxed and there's so much room. I've been on narrow boats and they feel very narrow. This is wider than a narrow boat and you can notice it.
What was the idea? Why Skoolie? Like, when you were...
I saw your videos. I remember you. I think you filmed Ophelia. I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple of your Skoolie videos and there was one in particular and I'm sure it was Ophelia bus in the US. And I just fell in love. I've seen the videos and I was just like, there's no way this happened in the UK. And so I started looking around, reaching out on Facebook, the local communities, thinking, do people do this here? I've never seen one. Found a Facebook group called UK Skoolie Owners. Started realising that it's very much a thing here. Not as big, not even a tiny bit as big. Started to sort of put posts in there, asked for advice, and we made great friends with a couple called Lee and Gemma. They live in their bus in the UK. They had imported theirs, converted it themselves, and they guided us through the whole process.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they come and visit us, and we've made great friends for life with them. And he helped on days building the bus and everything. But it was their dealer I connected with. And if you were to see his bus, they're very similar. They're quite similar. But yeah, Lee and Gemma and the UK Skoolie group. But it was born from videos, Instagram. seeing the Skoolies out there and just being in awe of what people were making inside these buses.
So there was no question there about white beam, camper.
Yeah, we started with the narrowboat, container, long wheelbase van debate. That and the biggest one we could find was like a narrowboat. I just felt they were too narrow for me.
What about white beam?
They're so expensive. Wide beam would blow our budget. It's just not affordable. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're not affordable for us. Yeah, massive cost. He would really love to convert shipping containers, but that means you need to buy your land. We're not in a financial position to buy our land at the moment. So it was finding something that didn't have a permanent base to it, that was movable but big enough. And that really brings you down to like your vans and your UK buses.
Yeah.
But I've spent too many years on a broken down UK bus that it's put me off.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Skoolies don't break down, because I'm sure they do. But we just fell in love with the Skoolie. He's iconic, especially here, iconic, and yeah, got to love the space. Yeah, there's in other countries they are painted instantly. They don't often even resemble maybe a Skoolie after a while. Whereas here, we drive ours round yellow, loud and proud, because we don't have them here. Whereas I think in the US, they'd rather not. It's like us in the London bus. I've seen a London bus. So
for me, it's like, well.
Yes, that's it, I had people on our Instagram for America reaching out and saying, why didn't you get a double decker? Because, we've got double deckers are massive here, but
and you get like
not of interest to us. Exactly. Not of interest to us. We wanted something that we don't get here. And that's, the Skoolie.
Nice.
And we only have to drive him a short distance down the road and people stop there. Everyone loves it. So yeah, that's why. But born out of your videos, Instagram, and seeing what's out there. But I've seen your videos, all of them. And I think he's like the containers, all of the stuff that people do is just mind-blowing. Oh, you must see some incredible things.
All right.
Well, Joe.
Thanks for showing it out.
No, thank you for coming.
All right, thanks for watching. Let us know what do you think about this build. It's very inspiring that there are Skoolies in Europe.
Yeah, we're out there. We're a small little community, but come and find us.
You have Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube?
Yeah, we don't have YouTube. Okay. We're not that tech savvy, but we've got Instagram, nomadam_Skoolie.
It'll be in the link in the description below. And see you in the next one. Cheers.